And that was the first episode of Fooly Cooly.
Well, as with a lot of things that you've shown me in the past, my first impression is this very anime.
Okay, so what the hell just happened?
I second that question.
Well, people have told me it's a very strange one.
A lot of people say Fooly Cooly is really weird, and that's a good way to describe it.
Definitely.
Can I just make a quick run through, like a summarize of what just happened? Okay, so we have a little kid.
I have a question, which is the age of the main character we seem to be following.
He's in 6th grade. He's like 12 or 13.
Alright.
Yeah, I assumed he was like 5th or 6th grade.
It seemed that way, but I couldn't tell because so far he's had 2 people which seem to be very sexually hitting on him.
And a girl, and typical star of a story.
Yeah, that's the first girl was. I think she was the ex-girlfriend of his brother's.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he
well,
went to the US.
as far as she's concerned, or as far as she knows, she's still his girlfriend, but he had an American girlfriend.
Alright.
Yeah. What was her name?
Mamimi.
Mamimi. Thank you.
Got it.
And then a random encounter with a foreigner who did CPR on him after she ran him over and gave him a horn.
Yes.
Yeah, and the other one was Katsumi.
What?
Pink-haired one.
She was Haruko.
Oh, sorry.
Well,
I couldn't catch their names.
And so he went to school, right? And they talked to him about the foreigner, as typical. And then he went home to realize that Huey is his housekeeper, right? And then he goes out because his dad, right? Tells him that the girl just showed up earlier.
Yeah.
And sadly he's okay, that's when things get weird. When an arm with a robot comes out of his horn, and then they go to fight, and the foreigner shows up and just hit it, and now they're all living in one house.
Yes.
The robot and the girl.
Yes.
Everyone.
Correct.
From a story standpoint, I don't know how much I can say about it besides it's definitely interest.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Yeah, it
interest.
definitely keeps your interest in there.
So Haruko meant she's an alien. I don't know if she meant that she's a foreigner or if she's like an actual like alien.
She said she was an alien, but
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah, but the implications of that go far beyond just being not around here.
mm-hmm.
Like I thought, like if
Was she even telling the truth? Like, or
True.
she could be a foreigner or a space alien, or neither. Like,
yeah.
she wasn't a doctor.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she wasn't a doctor.
The weird robot thing may have made me look towards the alien side, though.
Well, one thing I'd like to point out is that the first time I ever watched this show, I started watching the subtitled version, and I got to the part where, like, the manga scene,
And they were talking too fast.
like, and I realized, well, I mean, I was still reading, the subtitles, and I was reading what it was saying, but I realized I had no idea what was happening. So I started watching the dub, thinking maybe I'd understand it better.
No.
It didn't help.
It's different. Usually I have an idea of like what the anime is about before I start watching it.
Yeah.
I had no idea what Fooly Cooly was about before I started watching it.
I mean, based on what you just saw,
Yeah.
if someone asked you what Fooly Cooly was about, what would you say?
I say that's a good question that you should figure out the answer to. I don't know if I could give them a definite answer what it's about.
From what the only thing I gleaned from that scene, beyond like this was an interesting art decision, was that the parents were surprised that the kid seemed to be having Fooly Cooly, as they called it, with 2 women already.
They were
What
happy.
does Fooly Cooly mean?
I think they meant it was like fooling around with women.
It seems to just be like
it's like code for
sex. Yeah.
Perversion, hand groping. I don't know. That's all I got from
It
those
means
two.
high school messing around, relationship, all the things I definitely understand.
His dad, who said it first, immediately afterwards he said, "What's Fooly Cooly?" Like, he said it, and then he said, "Wait, what is that?"
Yeah.
I don't know. This show is so nonsensical.
Oh, by the way, I just like to point out every anime start off like this. Like, if you think about it, like once a foreigner shows up, like in a pool, like there's an accident with the main character between a foreigner. Like a foreigner just came in and somehow they encounter each other. Then he realizes that she's actually in his school, and to make it worse, she's actually now living with him.
Well,
isn't that like
she
what
doesn't go? She doesn't go to his school. She lives in his house.
But still, isn't that like what most animes are like?
It definitely seems so far like I am very interested in the plot, but the reasons for me being interested in the plot is I feel like if I watch more, I might understand more.
Mm-hmm.
Or you might understand less.
Exactly.
It depends.
And also, to top that, there's also one thing that every anime is like. Sorry, this allergies. Like weird stuff starts to show up. Then the foreigner comes in and saves the day, and that brings the main character into this new world. That's another thing that most animes do.
I don't know. I mean, there are tropes, sure.
Yeah.
But I'd also like to point out that, I mean, she sort of saved the day. Not really. And even if you would say that she did, the whole problem was caused by her. So.
Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to get at.
That's the best way to save the day. Cause problems, save day.
Robots can come out of his forehead. Someone told me that he has a portal in his forehead, and that's like the extent of what I understand from that, but that was odd. Also, it's interesting he lives with his dad and grandpa. Do you think they might say anything about his mother?
Well, now he lives with his dad, grandpa, housekeeper, and robot.
That's a very strange combination. I'm sure there's an answer that I don't know, but I am very interested in what the heck pink-haired chick actually is.
I was almost expecting like an Attack on Titan type of thing, with how it's like, this is a normal town, nothing is special about it. Mm-hmm. So I was almost expecting an Attack on Titan type of thing, like this town's not normal anymore. But.
Also from like a looking at it standpoint, just watching it, obviously it's not like as well drawn as some animes. It has a different style, blah blah blah.
Yeah, as a style.
Yeah, it has its own style, and I enjoyed it. Honestly, it was easy on the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing on it was like, sometimes you'll see a shot and you'll be like, that could have been drawn better, but like I liked it. I was very impressed with the hospital scene because, stuff happened, and then to show that stuff was happening, they just had the hospital shake around a lot, and the way they had it happen actually looked really fluid on the hospital.
But that's the thing. That's like an animation thing that actually is mostly done like in American cartoons, not as much as in anime. I think Fooly Cooly is probably inspired by American things a lot.
It's a combination of American stuff and Japanese stuff.
And vice versa. Here's a fun fact.
Yeah,
the show, this is Teen Titans.
Yeah.
The creator of Teen Titans, he made all the writers and stuff watch Fooly Cooly before they wrote any Teen Titans episodes.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Before watching, before he mentioned that his brother was in America specifically, I could not tell that they were in Japan. That was definitely one thing. I was wondering, like, this is definitely looks like it's Japan, but it could easily be like an American thing.
So, what did you think of Medical Mechanica Factory?
Oh, the factory? It has a very inefficient way of giving off its waste.
Yeah.
Like the smoke is like, here you go, town. Instead like it's like up. Yeah.
It's gonna come into play.
Yeah.
It looks like a giant iron, like
a little bit.
And
Also,
and all the adults were happy when it came to town.
Yeah. Why is that though?
Look, from what this show's representation has been, that might have strange connotation when all the adults are happy that shows up.
Well, I think it was more like because it would building a factory in just it used to be a small town, it would bring tourists and revenue and stuff, and it would increase the economy. I think that's why the adults were happy. That's
you know why the adults are happy.
It's a giant ironing machine. I'll never have wrinkles on my clothes
It'd be
again.
very funny if we get a Age of Ultron style plot where they just want to pick up the iron and smash it on the town. But I don't think I don't know enough about the show to make a prediction about that.
I think they might. I wouldn't be surprised if they do go that route. I think the iron is going to transform into a giant robot and punch everything.
I feel like a few things are going to transform into giant robots.
Yeah, I think Haruko is going to transform into a giant robot.
Okay, so do you want to watch the next episode?
I'm definitely interested in what the next episode has to bring.
Okay.
Bye bye.